Hello dear students. Today now I am going to discuss one of the most important topics in your English grammar, that is conditional sentence. And without wasting time, now I will directly move into the topic, that is conditional sentence. Now let's first discuss what is conditional sentence. Conditional sentence means condition of a sentence. Means in a sentence there would be a condition. Second point that you must keep in mind, that in a conditional sentence there are two parts. How many parts are there in conditional sentence? In conditional sentence there are two parts. One is if clause, or you can say it subordinate clause, and another is principal or main clause. So first point, it is clear that in conditional sentence we will find two portions, two parts. They are if clause or subordinate clause, and second is main clause. Third point, that also you should keep in mind, that how can we identify whether the sentence is an example of conditional sentence or not. To identify the conditional sentence, we will have to keep in mind the linkers of conditional sentence. So let's discuss what are the linkers of conditional sentence. There are plenty of linkers in conditional sentences. They are if, whether, where, provided, until, unless, etc. Mainly keep in mind from the point of view of your 9 10 standard, even 11 12 standard also. Keep in mind mainly comes the linkers like if, until, unless, when, and provided. But my dear students, one point try to remember, the special rule, the unique rule that will be helpful, that will be beneficial for your writing skill and also your grammatical portion. That is, whenever you will use until and you cannot use the negation word like not, neither, never. That means when you will use in your conditional sentence the linkers like until and unless, you cannot use on that subordinate part, on that subordinate portion, any negation words like nor, never. Means you cannot say such an example, until you are coming I will not go. This is grammatically error, this is grammatically incorrect, because you have used until and you have used in this part like not. If you want to grammatically correct this sentence, you'll have to say until you come I will not go. So this is all about, that is until and unless, you cannot use negation words like nor, never, neither, any sort of negation words. Fourth part, very crucial part, that is types of conditional sentence. Types of conditional sentence, because what sort of questions that may come in your exam, that is forms of verb. And from the point of view of your examination, that conditional sentence is divided into four parts or four categories, that is zero condition, first condition, second condition, and third condition. And in other some modern English grammar, there is another conditional sentence, that is other conditional sentence. So if I have time enough, so definitely I would make a separate video where I will discuss in details what is the other conditional sentence. So without wasting time, I think that I should directly come into their classification, that is zero conditional sentence, first conditional sentence, second conditional sentence, and also third conditional sentence. So as already I discussed clearly, that conditional sentence means condition, because in our life each and every second, each and every moment we face condition, because We usually say that my love is unconditional, but I don't think so. Except the love of my mother, even everyone's mother, uh, everything, every love is conditional. If you say that the love towards my beloved, the love towards my relatives, the love towards my crush is unconditional love, no, it is all because love means something different, because unconditional love means where there is no condition. Because if you want to get engaged with someone, so there is also condition, because you will have to get a job. So without getting job you can't marry your beloved. So what is the condition here? Condition is getting a job. If you say the love towards my father, so this is also incorrect, because until unless you get a good career, your father will give the complaint that what are you doing. So each and every respect, each and everywhere condition is there. So now let's move. What is zero conditional sentence? Okay, so what is zero conditional sentence? Zero conditional sentence is a part of conditional sentence where there would be condition, but the condition is eternal truth, that is permanent truth. For example, if I say in Bengali, যদি আমরা আগুনে স্পর্শ করি এটা আমাদেরকে যন্ত্রণা দেবে, যদি আমরা জলকে ফ্রিজ করি এটা বরফে পরিণত হবে। সো লুক, দিস টু এক্সাম্পলস আর ইটার্নাল ট্রুথ, বিকজ ইফ আই টাচ দ্য ফায়ার and if you touch the fire, if anyone touches the fire, so the result, the consequence is same, means everyone will feel pain. Second thing, if I freeze the water, if you freeze water, if anybody freezes water, the result, the consequence, the output is same. So what is the main theme, what is the main idea of zero conditional sentence? Zero conditional sentence means such a condition where eternal truth, permanent truth, that means you cannot change it, that would be according to rules and system on earth or on surface or environment. So what, which portion, which one you will have to keep in mind, because ultimately you will give the exam. So which one you will have to keep in mind? So in conditional sentence, especially zero conditional sentence, you will have to keep in mind two things. First thing, that is zero conditional sentence means permanent truth, eternal truth. And second thing that you will have to keep in mind, that is the structure of zero conditional sentence. That is the most important. So what is the structure of zero conditional sentence? That is, in if clause, that is in subordinate clause, you will have to use present indefinite tense, present indefinite tense, and in also main also you will have to use a present indefinite tense. That means in if clause or in subordinate clause where you will have to use present indefinite tense, and in also main clause you will have to use present indefinite tense. So if I give an example, so it would be clear, like water. Okay, so if I say that if we freeze water, it becomes ice. Look, if we freeze water, it becomes ice. This is an eternal truth. I mean, this sentence is an eternal truth. And look, both the clauses, or rather both the portions, are used in present indefinite tense. So I think you have got my point, what means my main portion is. So now let's come, what is second conditional sentence? Second conditional sentence means two actions will be done, and there would be a relation. The very first action and the second action, there would be a relation. So we all know the brilliant line of Rabindranath Tagore, that is, যদি তোর ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তাহলে একলা চলো রে. We also know such proverbs, or such, not proverb, rather such brilliant line, that যদি সরকার তেলের দাম বাড়িয়ে দেয় তাহলে সাধারণ মানুষ সমস্যায় পড়বে. দেখো, এখানে একটা কাজ আরেকটা কাজ করছে, একটা হচ্ছে সাধারণ মানুষ সমস্যায় পড়বে। শর্তটা কি না, যদি সরকার তেলের দাম বাড়িয়ে দেয়। তো প্রথমে তেলের দাম বাড়াবে, the very first thing that the government will increase the rate of petrol, and second thing the people will face the problem. So thing is that in a first conditional sentence, two action will take place, will happen, will bring about, and second thing is that there would be relation. Okay, so let's come what is the structure of a second conditional sentence. So the structure of the structure of first conditional sentence is, in if clause or in subordinate clause you will have to use present indefinite tense, but in main clause you will have to use future indefinite tense. So that is the difference between zero condition and first condition, because in zero condition both the clauses, both the portions, you will have to use present indefinite tense, but in first condition, in if clause or in subordinate clause you will have to use future indefinite tense, but in main clause you will have to use simple future. Okay, so let's give an example. You will get the example is that if the government increases the rate of petrol, the ordinary people or the local people will face problem. Look, this is not eternal truth, because in our world there are many people who will face problems on such crisis, on such increases of petrol, diesel. But there are certain number of people like aristocratic people, they will not face such problems. So this is not an example of eternal truth. So we can't say that this would apply for such zero conditional sentence, but rather what sort of rules that may come, that is the first condition, because two actions, first action and second action, and there is a relation. So this is all about first condition. And second thing, that is the example is that if the government increases the rate of petrol, the local people or the ordinary people will face the problem. Look, this is an example of first conditional sentence. Why? Look, if you try to understand the meaning of the sentence, look, we'll find two actions. The first action, the increases of the rate of petrol, and second thing, the people will face the problem. First is increases, second is will face the problem. Look, there is a relation. First, the government will increase the rate of the price, of the petrol, and second thing, people will face the problem. So as the two rules are fulfilled, so that we can say this is an example of first conditional sentence. Now try to understand what is the difference between first conditional sentence and zero conditional sentence and first conditional sentence. In first conditional sentence, look, this is not an eternal truth. Why not eternal truth? Because in our world, in our society, all will not face such problems, such economical crisis, because of such sudden excess of uh, petrol, diesel, and etc. So that's why we can't say that this will a genuine problem or universal problem. So that's why we cannot apply this sentence as an example of zero. So this is all about zero condition and first condition. So in our next video that I will discuss in details second condition, third condition. So if you have any sort of doubt, any sort of query in terms of what is the definition, what is the meaning of conditional sentence, parts of conditional sentence, linkers of conditional sentence, or how can you identify whether this is an example of conditional sentence or not. And besides, I also discussed in this video the types or the classification of conditional sentence, and also rather besides I also discussed in details two most important crucial parts of conditional sentence, that is zero conditional sentence and first conditional sentence. So if you have any sort of query, any sort of doubt in regarding these two conditional sentences, so please you raise your question, your query on the comment section. So definitely in my next video I'll try to solve all your doubts and queries in my next, that is part 2. So if you think that this video helps you to enrich a little bit of what is conditional sentence, so please like, subscribe to my channel, because your single like, your single subscription, that gives me a huge motivation, energy, and also enthusiasm. So please I request to you all, my dear viewers, please like, subscribe, and also share to my channel. Thank you.